If you are an average J-pop fan like I am, then you probably got your start by listening to your favorite anime intros, and then you expanded upon that by listening to other songs by those artists that you liked. Listening to My Hero Academia's Peace Sign probably got you into Kenshi Yonezu. Listening to Sword Art Online's Crossing Field probably got you into Lisa. You get the idea, but YOASOBI is actually unique in this regard. You see, YOASOBI, who's piloted by Vocaloid producer Ayase, no, not that one, and vocalist Ikura, they didn't get famous by being associated with an anime. No. YOASOBI found its way into the ears of Western J-pop fans in the most 2020 way possible. Via TikTok. And no, I'm not kidding. At the time of this recording, there are over 100,000 videos on TikTok that use YOASOBI's breakout song, Racing Into the Night, as its background audio. The biggest one has 6.7 million views and 1.1 million likes. The music video for Racing Into the Night hit 10 million views during its first 5 months of being released, but at this point in June 2020, the song hit the Billboard Hot 100's #1 spot in Japan. And after this, views on the video skyrocketed to nearly 120 million in the next 6 months. Additionally, the song stayed at that #1 spot for 6 weeks, which is the third longest that any song has ever held the #1 spot inside of Japan. And since then, it has yet to fall beneath the top 5 in Japan. However, it's far too often that we see a song become trendy on TikTok only to see future songs from the artist crash and burn, as that artist is forever condemned to only be a one-hit wonder. YOASOBI, however, hasn't fallen into that trap. While it is difficult to replicate the success of the worldwide sensation that was Racing Into the Night, many of the other songs that YOASOBI have released have actually done decently well for themselves as well. Their most recent music video for Probably has amassed 15 million views since its 4 months of release, which is already better than the first 5 months of Racing Into the Night. And with the one exception of Tracing That Dream, every single one of YOASOBI's songs have peaked in the top 15 of Japan's Hot 100 list. It appears that although all the signs were pointing to YOASOBI being a one-hit wonder, they have somehow managed to stay relevant inside of the J-pop scene and continue producing bangers of songs. How did they do this? Well, there's a number of ways to answer that question, whether it be their stunningly animated music videos or their unique background in Vocaloid production and whatnot. However, I've always been a man about the music, and so what I want to do today is analyze each of their songs to figure out what makes their music specifically so special. And as it turns out, there is one thing that YOASOBI has done in every single one of their songs that just might be their secret sauce to staying relevant in the world of J-pop. One of the things that you'll always hear people complaining about when it comes to pop music is that it always sounds the same. It starts and ends exactly the same way, and it follows a very formulaic pattern. Verse, refrain, verse, refrain, verse, refrain, and then boom, the song is done. This type of homogeneity inside of pop music is something that a lot of people don't find very interesting. Here is where YOASOBI begins to defy the norm inside of pop music. You see, in the final refrain, YOASOBI will always change the key of the song. This not only serves the purpose of removing some of that homogeneity in the song, it also often gives the song an extra boost of energy right before they're about to close out the rest of the song. One of the most famous songs in history is notorious for using this technique, Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer. The song mostly takes place in E minor. But famously, towards the end, right before the last refrain, it steps up to G minor to close out the song. However, seeing a key change like this is actually pretty rare in pop music. Even when you do see it, Usually, it's just that one song that does it, and any other song that gets produced by that same artist happens to stay in the same key throughout the rest of their career. However, in all 5 of the videos that YOASOBI has released, they have performed this key change towards the end. Let me demonstrate for you on the piano. Unfortunately, YouTube's music copyright claims make talking about music exceedingly difficult, so in order to demonstrate this musical idea, you're gonna have to deal with my extremely rusty piano skills. But with that in mind, if you want to hear the original songs as I discuss their key changes, I've put links to the videos inside the descriptions below, and they're already timestamped to the point where the key changes, so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about immediately after clicking the link. Now without further ado, these are what all of the key changes in YOASOBI's music sounds like. As you can see, YOASOBI consistently does what not a lot of pop artists are willing to do. And I think it's for this reason that their music has been able to stay popular. Unlike the vast majority of pop music, this implemented key change gives the song a crucial boost of energy that makes the entire listening experience more interesting and more captivating. I'm honestly not sure why this isn't a more common technique inside of pop music. After all, you used to see modulations like this all the time in classical music, and it sounded dope as hell. Either way, YOASOBI has made one thing clear. They were not just a one-hit wonder, and they certainly weren't just a TikTok artist. No, they're here to stay for the J-pop industry. And with their innovative music production, I really don't think anybody is complaining about that. Cheers to YOASOBI. Although their history thus far has been brief, I have no doubt in my mind that we will be listening to their music for many more years to come. If you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you liked what you saw, and as always, if there's anything that you want to see me talk about, you can feel free to leave that inside of the comments below. This has been Syntax 404. We'll see you in the next one.